Good evening. It is New Year's Eve, Wednesday, December 31st at 6:01. I'm broadcasting to you live from 9,400 feet. Thank you for that note. I'm broadcasting to you live at 9,400 feet, and I just wanted to drop in for just a quick space. I've been gone for a few days, and the reason why was that story I let out was very heavy, and 3 days of storytelling and all that, it wiped me out. Me and my family have been very tired after that, so we did what was right, and we took downtime for ourselves, and I took downtime for myself. Seems we have a big plane flying over, of course. Very interesting. Sorry for this. We'll go ahead and switch to a different. Well, I guess Huey helicopter flies over. Of course, whenever you start a broadcast, this always happens. I think we're almost done, and for those of you that have to endure a little bit of sound, I apologize. So where we're at is that arc of storytelling of my intergenerational trauma that came down, starting with before my grandpa, through all of his kids, through my mom, his oldest daughter, and into me, and then on into my family, my son. We're done with all that. We are shifting focuses now, and I think it was a good time to take a break for all this and move on to the next part of where we're at now with Unmasked and also Sage Collective. This is day 13 of Unmasked. I'm your host, Jason Fortune, and as we always do, let's take some breaths together and all ground and center together for everybody that is with me now and for anybody that's watching a replay. Go ahead and feel whatever is holding you. If it's a chair, a bed, a couch, a lazy boy recliner. If you're standing and your shoes are holding you, go ahead and feel that first, and then let's take a long, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth, slowly, longer than you exhaled. Now another slow breath through your nose, filling your lungs slowly, and when you get to the top, hold for just a little bit. Boopity boop boop. Boop boop boop. Okay, we're all back. That made me feel better too. Everything flows a little bit better whenever you take the time to slow down, to breathe. Getting level set. We're getting ready for our next segment now. after something like the story that I told over the last 3 sessions before this one, there was a lot of talking, and there wasn't a lot of time for air. We covered a lot of ground. It takes a lot to cover 5 generations of of family intergenerational trauma. So let's breathe, and let's let more of this session, let's let more of this circle, this space, just be slow. Silence is allowed here. There's no fixing, and as you can tell, with me, there's no performance. I don't expect performance out of any of you either. You know, after truth like that is laid out, after you are vulnerable, it's scary for everything that happens when you do something like this and you go ahead and reclaim your power and you tell your truth and tell your story. There's overwhelming relief. There's grief to process. There's quiet. There's kind of a quiet after working up to this, after telling this story, building this studio, learning how to run it, and then cracking open those stories, which I didn't really know they were getting ready to come out of me, but they did. And there was quietness after that, and with that a little bit, fear. There's always fear in the quietness, a little bit. Emptiness. And that's normal. That's normal, Other parts were in the holiday, like I've been talking about, and the holidays are always bring up a little bit more stress. Me and my wife are working through community issues right now, and that brings some stress around, and this is all good things. All this is growth. Growth is very important. Healing this stuff that I did, it's not just disclosure. It's digestion. After I put that out there, I too had to digest it, sit there and kind of, I lived through that again through my telling of the stories of those 3.5 hours that I put out there. And then afterwards, it was kind of the waves breaking for that and coming back into shore and dealing with that. And I'm not the only one feeling stirred by this. I've made waves, and I can see it not only in the analytics of who's all watching and that, but who sent me messages, and I've said this before, and if you are watching or you watching a replay, if you've sent me any message, a Facebook like, anything at all, to show me that you care and you support me and you're proud of me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I created this space to be able to not just tell my story. If that was the case, that was a lot of work for just a little bit of payoff. And what I created this space for was for you. A space for people to learn how to be vulnerable, a place for people to learn to practice. To come on here, in the coming weeks, I'll be bringing on more coaches and facilitators. You never know. You never know who's all going to come on. Maybe someday even a therapist. But for now, coaches, facilitators, people that work in group healing circles and help people like me. And I have complex PTSD, and they helped me heal over the last couple of years. And it's one of the reasons I'm here doing this now. Another platform me and my wife have built to try to help out. And that is the true nature of why we're doing all this, is to try to help out. This is Sage Collective. website is sagecollective.care. We built this because I would not be here now if it wasn't for a few things. And one of the major significant reasons I'm here is because of the group healing, and that I was in I still am, a psychedelic healing program, and in that program there's group healing that goes on. And it's been so monumentally shifting and changing for me and helped me become who I am that I wanted to bring this out to people that were outside of this program, people that aren't in AA or NA or MAs, any of these groups that you have to be wearing a label, you have to be carrying something to be able to attend these groups. This is a place where you can come, and you don't have to have a label. You don't have to have anything more than the desire to connect and be seen and be heard and help find your way and find your path. Because when you are talking with people in these small groups, which we call groves, when you're talking with these people in these groups of 3 to 8 people, you will hear somebody else speak, but they will be saying your story. And that's powerful when you find out that you are not alone, and you find out that there are other people like you, believe it or not, and they've come here. And in these groups that Sage Collective will be offering is PTSD groups, grief groups, LGBTQ plus groups, men's groups, women's groups. We're in a very soft launch right now, and as you keep coming back or you pay attention to what's happening around sagecollective.care, the schedules will go up, the coaches and facilitators will go up. There will be a chance for you to buy an Explorer token and get into the ecosphere and see what it's like. And if you like that, you can become a member. That's all there on the website at sagecollective.care. It's so we don't have, this site exists too, so we don't have to remember everything we talk about here. This is a healing ecosphere over in Sage Collective. Everybody over there wants to heal, wants to love, wants to be loved, wants to be seen, wants safe guardrails, wants to be treated nicely. And that's what we're building. That's what we've already got going, and it's starting. And this is the ground floor of it, and this is where something beautiful really starts to happen. And I'm very excited for it. Excuse me. Sage Collective is in a soft launch right now. And that matters because this isn't something we're pushing, it's something we're growing. Sage Collective is a healing ecosystem, not a program, not a platform that tells you what to fix, and not a place that asks you to perform wellness. It's a living space for people who are tired of carrying things alone. At its heart, Sage is about connection, real connection. The kind that happens when people are seen without being analyzed, when stories are held without being judged, and when healing doesn't require labels, shame, or pretending you're okay. Through small circles, shared presence, breath, and honest conversation, Sage Collective is creating places where people can land, especially those who have lived through trauma, grief, loss, or long seasons of silence. This soft launch is intentional. We're building slowly, carefully, and with integrity. Because healing doesn't happen at scale first. It happens in relationship. If Unmasked resonates with you, Sage Collective is the ecosystem that it's growing from. There's a braid happening here. The healing process that I went through why I built Unmasked, and also Sage Collective and why it's here. You'll see as everything kind of moves on and we move through this, how this all works together. Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Something written in Viktor Frankl's book, and he survived concentration camps, had the closest people around him die in his arms and die in front of him. And what we are reminded from his book is that meaning doesn't remove pain. It gives pain somewhere to go. Meaning does not remove pain. It just gives it somewhere to go. Rilke said, "Let everything happen to you. Beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final." Walt Whitman said, "I am large, and I contain multitudes." Emily Dickinson, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul." I opened this space tonight just in case there was anybody out there that needed to tune in, that happened to stumble in, that is maybe seeing this later in a replay, that even on nights like tonight, if you're alone, you are not alone. There are people, and we're building spaces where you'll be able to have the people you need in your pocket, meaning chat rooms, sit back and watch a movie or listen to some music. This was all in the healing ecosphere that we're building. But most importantly, you are never alone because you have you. And even if it's dark, and even if the world sucks, and even if your situation sucks, you have you, and you are breathing, and you are here, and you are alive. And that means resilience. And resilience is where we start. Resilience is where we realize we are stronger than we think, and we start building up. We start getting better, meaning we start treating ourselves better. We start learning to love ourselves. But that is not when things are black. Black is just getting through it. Learning to love ourselves is later. And I find peace in words like that, like the quotes I gave you from Rilke and Dickinson and Walt Whitman. I feel a lot better. I wasn't sure. I'm really exhausted. I'm still exhausted from those stories, and I moved real slow today, and I wasn't sure if I was going to come on and do this, and now I am glad that I did it, because the small commitments, the small showing ups, those are what matter. Not the peaks and not the valleys, but the middles, the boring middles. Showing up, saying what's bothering you, stating your truth, and sitting in your power, even when it's scary and even when it hurts a little. Been broadcasting for 21 minutes. That's about all we need tonight. I look forward to the future of this and sharing the people that I know and the people that are going to be part of Sage Collective with you as this space grows, and as Sage Collective grows, and as we all grow together because of it. This is Unmasked. I'm Jason Fortune, your host. And always remember, you are not alone. You always have yourself. I'll be here tomorrow. You take care. Thank you very much for letting me share this space with you.